E-bike, electric scooter, electric skateboard. Which is best for you? Coming up next. What about electric scooters? Well, interestingly enough, electric scooters are what I actually started this particular YouTube channel all about. I just thought they were amazing. I just thought that you couldn't get any better. Way better than e-bike, way better than everything else on the planet. I'm not exactly right on that, but I'll explain a little bit later on. But let's kick things off with why an electric scooter might be a really good fit for you. First of all, they're super compact and easy to fold up. To that end, it also allows me to ride right up to a grocery store, and then I can just push it around the grocery store. And you know what I do? I always put the big basket right on the deck of the scooter, and away I go around through the grocery store. They're typically just a little bit cheaper than e-bikes, and they're terrific for short and medium distances. What about electric skateboards, Tim? Well, what I really like about electric skateboards is how portable, how light they are. Look how crazy light that is. It makes it super simple for getting around town. They're super affordable, super maneuverable, and usually the cheapest of all three options. What about e-bikes? Well, e-bikes are by far the most popular option of all three. They are super comfortable, really easy to ride, really good for long distance comfort because you've got something to sit on, relax on. You've got 5 points of contact. You got both hands, both feet, and your bum in the saddle, so it feels a little bit more secure. And of course, from the perspective of actually being able to carry things around, it's super easy. A lot of them will have baskets at the front, areas at the back to store things. Today I'm riding around with an electric skateboard in the back, no problems whatsoever. Love e-bikes, especially for those longer trips. One of the things with all these electric options is they're nearly silent. I've got some deer behind me here, a nice lovely buck, and a couple of does wandering around here, and they're not remotely worried. I'll tell you, if you're riding around in a motorcycle or in a car, they're gonna get skittish and scared. But electric bikes, electric scooters, electric skateboards, no problems whatsoever. Let's get into the cons of the electric scooter. First of all, they have a much smaller wheel diameter, which means going over some of the bumps, could be a little bit problematic. Especially if your city has lots of potholes, small wheel diameters are quite problematic. The other thing is they're not really ideal for longer distances. It's gonna fatigue your feet after a while standing on the deck for any length of time. I typically will find that anything more than about 5 miles is probably a little bit too far for me on an electric scooter. Now, if you've got one of these incredibly expensive, super powerful electric scooters, of course you can find some that are really amazing and you can ride around on for hours at a time, but typically 5 miles or a little bit less is perfect for an electric scooter. They're also typically a little bit less stable because of course there are only 4 points of contact. 2 hands, 2 feet. You're not sitting on them. There are a few that come with an extra seat, so you could maybe get that 5th point of contact. But other than that, of course, the other one is storage. You don't have any kind of baskets or anything like that to be able to hang on. You will end up having to wear a backpack if you're gonna do any grocery shopping, that's for sure. So what are the cons of an e-bike? Well, typically they're a little bit more expensive. They're a little bit more bulky, a little bit more hard to wheel around. If you have to carry up and down stairs, they can be really heavy. And also, and this is a big one, security-wise, you're not gonna be able to get this through a grocery store. So you're gonna have to lock it up outside the grocery store or outside your coffee shop. And as a result, they can be a bit of a target. So if you do end up with an e-bike, what I would recommend is to make sure or ensure you get the right kind of lock. If you're not sure what kind of lock, I'm gonna put a link to a video where I showed you A, how to lock them up, and B, which locks to buy, because there are a whole bunch out there that you should never buy. What about the cons for electric skateboards? Well, first of all, the wheels. They're really small. So if you hit any bumps, you hit any potholes, you could be in a little bit of trouble. So stability can be a bit of an issue. Also the learning curve. Like it took me a few tries to get the hang of this. I mean, I had a nice flat surface to get used to it, but even now I'm still a little bit tentative, a little bit wobbly. Maybe you'd be really good at it, but I find them just a little bit tricky to get the hang of. And of course, if you do go grocery shopping, it's gonna be like, where are you gonna carry it? You're gonna absolutely have to carry it in a backpack because there's nowhere to put this. No baskets with electric skateboards. Last con for electric skateboards is the battery size. They're really small, which means range is gonna be quite low. Typically 2, 3, 4 miles, no problem, but you wouldn't want to go any further than that.
So which is best for you? Is it the e-bike, electric scooter, electric skateboard? The way that I look at it is usually distance. So for longer distances, I typically will reach out for an e-bike. Medium distances, typically the electric scooter, and short distances, the electric skateboard. The e-bike is terrific for comfort, for that long distance, just chilling. If I've got a little bit more of a load to carry with me, terrific. And when I arrive at my destination, I know I don't typically like to lock it up, so I want to ensure that it's nice and safe. The electric skateboard is terrific for those 1 mile quick darts into the city. Love that. If I'm just going for a quick massage or something like that, I can just hop on my skateboard, be there, no parking, love it, carry it up the stairs with me. If I'm going grocery shopping, I typically will take an electric scooter for the same reason that I could just go through the actual grocery store without any issues whatsoever. All three of them have a place in my heart. I absolutely love riding all three of them. I find that if I'm feeling a little bit more adventurous, I might use the skateboard. If I'm feeling I want to chill out and feel like I'm surfing through town, the electric scooter. And if I'm just want to chill out and relax, maybe go for a bike ride with my wife, of course, then the e-bike is definitely my choice. Which one would you choose?
Special thank you to Melissa for being my camera woman today, riding around the park, riding by the ocean, dragging along an electric skateboard, and just being awesome. 2 thumbs up. Thanks, babe.